Good morning. Damn, unless you're an Atlanta Hawks fan. Oof. Then morning to you. You don't deserve a good morning if that is the case. Or if you're a Boston sports fan. Remember Alex Cora got fired. The Bruins are the Bruins. Oh, and not shocking, but now all of a sudden a colossal fall apart has led to the Celtics, that's right, the Boston Celtics, having major question marks around the team. Good morning to you, though. Good morning to the cat. Good morning to my next door neighbor. If you're a Timberwolves fan, a 76ers fan, a New York Knickerbockers fan, good morning to you. To the Minnesota Wild fans of the world, and to those who call Anaheim home, the Ducks knocking off the Oilers 5-2 last night. Good morning to those people. This is the Drake Toll Show. I, then, to make this whole thing apropos, am Drake Toll from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. Addie Bates produces, Curtis Poindexter runs the board, and you and I are the idiot of the day. We all are. We all are. For what happened last night in the National Basketball Association. Just, I think our association to what occurred, our existence at a time like this, the fact that we are alive and sentient, if you lived through the night after this happened, to wake up this morning to go to work, if you woke up to go to the gym today, if you are sitting in McKinney, Texas, right, and you got to drop your kids off at PCA here in a bit, Prestonwood, you got to drop your kids off in an hour and a half. You committed to yourself that in 2026 you would get up and go to the gym every day. And it's gonna be May. It's the middle. It's not the middle, but it's May now. We're getting to the middle of the year, and you're still going to the gym every day. This is your alone time. This is your chance to escape, the wife and the kids. It's your opportunity to get in the car, to go to the gym, to have your personal time in the morning. Then good morning. And let me say that it is a distinct honor to spend it with you, Chris in McKinney. I'm glad that we can wake up together every day in a normal way. Wake up together, not in a strange way. But we are all the idiot of the day for us waking up and having to start with this, for us to have to talk about this. An absolute positive dismantling in Atlanta for Quinn Snyder and the Atlanta Hawks. I have full body. I have chills again. I as soon as the final buzzer sounded, you know what? No. As soon as the halftime buzzer sounded, I knew I'm going to have a damn field day in the morning when I wake up and get to go on the Drake Toll Show and tell you about what happened in this contest. Can I peel back the curtain a bit for you? May I? Can I give you a personal anecdote? You can give me personal anecdotes, by the way. You're not excluded from that. You can call or text the show, 310-840-4910. If you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, keep it clean, but call the show, 310-840-4910. I'll take you about behind the scenes. Last night, I'm sitting in Las Vegas. Still am, as we speak. Automatic. Sitting in Las Vegas watching the Party Animals and the Loco Beach Coconuts. Banana Ball, man. Doing a little play-by-play. Working a 13-hour shift out here in Vegas at the home of the Aviators. And I decide in the middle of this game that I'm calling, hey, I'll throw the Knicks on in the background. I'll see what they're up to. Knicks fans have been programmed, and in this series where the Knicks trailed 2-1, Knicks fans have been programmed to be sad. New York sports fans have been programmed to be sad. If you're a Knicks fan and a Mets fan, or you're a Knicks fan and a Yankees fan, a Giants fan, a Jets fan, you have been programmed to be sad. This is a new feeling for you. I turn the game on with the expectation that I know my New York sports fan friends, I know they're going to be sad no matter what. And boy, was I wrong. Now, this game that I was calling did not end until we didn't get back to the hotel until midnight. You know, you wind down, you get a shower, and I grabbed a beer and got in bed at 1 o'clock. Went to sleep at 1 o'clock Pacific time. 4 a.m. on the East Coast. It is now 6:05 and 49 seconds on the East Coast. Quick nap, and here we go. But what wakes me up today, what gets me going today, what gets me ready to talk to you, Chris, at now 5:06 Central Time, is this dismantling of historic proportions. The Knicks finish off the Hawks with a record performance in Game 6. And it was the ugliest NBA game, the ugliest NBA playoff game I have ever watched. And that's not it's not hyperbolic. I mean that. I stand on business when I say that. Last night was terrible. The New York Knicks didn't just win a basketball game. They committed a historic drubbing that turned Atlanta, State Farm Arena, this game was down south, into a scene of basketball carnage. There was blood everywhere. The final score of 140-89, a 51-point victory for the Knicks, still somehow does not tell the full story. And with a 4-2 series win over the Hawks, the Knicks advanced to the Eastern Conference semifinals in a game that was 48 minutes of hell for Hawks fans. It was the largest halftime lead in NBA history. Before we hit the third quarter, go ahead and turn this one off, but I couldn't look away. There's a reason that we love car wrecks and train wrecks and plane crashes and the Titanic. We talk about those all the time. We watch them again. We see the videos on social media, and our eyes are glued to it. My eyes were glued to this. What was I seeing, and how the hell was it real? 83-36 at halftime. Did you hear what I just told you? That's a real sentence, an applicable sentence. 83-36, Mike Brown over Quinn Snyder at halftime. The 47-point differential is the largest halftime lead in NBA playoff history, and it blew out the previous record of 41 points. The Knicks had one hundo with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. OG Anunoby, first half, took over. Jalen Brunson usually takes the headlines. He's usually the guy. He's gotten to be the face of the Knicks at times during this postseason. He's been the talk of the town. I probably spent more time talking about Jalen Brunson as it pertains to the Knicks than anybody else this postseason. But Anunoby was the architect. 29 points and only 27 minutes of play. But the staggering part is that 26 of those points, he was on pace for a 50-burger, 26 of those points came in the first half alone. 11 of 14 from the field. The Knicks just didn't miss. Smothering defense, setting a tone that the game was over by the time we hit the first damn commercial break. Oh, and may I introduce you to my close and personal friend, Karl Anthony Towns, who was great again last night for the Knicks with a triple-double. This is the same team, remember, a week ago, 9 days ago, where after falling behind the series 2-1, the same series they would eventually win 4-2, Mike Brown came to the podium and was like, I don't know, sorry. Like, Mike, what? We're gonna win. Well, not that we expect to win. It sounded like Mike Brown would be fired by the Knicks based on what he was saying. It was a disaster. It was a fall apart in New York. But that fan base woke up today, and you can pinch yourself. You're real. You're sentient. You're alive. The rest of us are the idiots of the day for our sentience, for our ability to live today. Because we had to sit through this. Cat had 12 points, 11 boards, 10 assists. He was 10 for 10 from the free throw line in this win for the Knicks. New York went like 50. Jeremy Sohan played some real minutes last night. You know, like the Knicks went they played a total of 13 guys in this contest. Maybe a couple more than that. The Hawks did too. Why not at this point? Just let anybody and everybody get out there. Jalen Johnson tried his best. CJ McCollum tried his best. Their best, Jonathan Kuminga, their best just wasn't good enough. Not even remotely close. And the game got chippy too. That is, once the lead crossed the 50-point marker, so it's nothing really matter. Second quarter, a scuffle breaks out. Ooh. Pair of OG Anunoby free throws. Mitchell Robinson, Dyson Daniels are ejected. If I read the headline, Mitchell Robinson and Dyson Daniels are ejected, I'm like, all right, wow, did that change the face of the game? No. But you think that until you see that, oh, wait a second, it was a 50-point victory for the Knickerbockers. And while the fight was, that was the only sign of life from the Hawks, it didn't slow New York down. A 35-6 run that just ended any chance of an Atlanta comeback. And there was never a chance of an Atlanta comeback. What a total, utter, colossal embarrassment. And that 51-point margin. A Knicks franchise record for the largest win in a playoff game. This wasn't a 1-seed Knicks versus an 8-seed Hawks. This wasn't a dominant Knicks team, a dominant version of the Knicks franchise versus a terrible squad that snuck into the 8th seed. No. This was a Hawks team that led the series 2-1 not that long ago. I have slept since then, but I sure as hell have not slept that much. And it's tied for the 6th largest margin of victory in the history of the NBA postseason. I mean, you can't, wow. Just, wow. 83-36 at one point. 83-36. Here is how it sounded last night on ESPN. I'm about as boring as it can get, but part of the annals of history. When the New York Knicks advanced to the second round of the NBA playoffs.
Well, the Knicks will advance to the second round for the 4th straight year, courtesy of one of the most dominant performances in NBA playoff history. In a game they led by as many as 61, they win by 51.
That was in Atlanta, by the way. The first thing I wanted to know is what the hell is Quinn Snyder going to say, the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks? What is he going to say about this? And believe it or not, he gave a confidence boost to the Knicks for being a great team. Here's what Quinn Snyder had to say about the Knicks after a historic loss for his Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, well, first, give credit to the Knicks. That's obvious. Whether it's experience or what you attribute it to, I thought, their physicality, they made it hard for us. And we obviously didn't respond in a way that generated the results that we wanted. But I think even as the series progressed, you can see, what a really good team they are and why they're a contender. And, we didn't have an answer for that tonight.
No, you did not. That's it for the Hawks season. Final score 140-89. The New York Knicks take down Atlanta in A-Town in blowout fashion. Then the Boston Celtics. You know what? No, I'm not ready for this yet. I'm not ready for the Celtics yet. The Celtics team that scored 11 points in the fourth quarter that one time, that same Celtics team that's had doubts kind of surrounding it the last few days, ever since Joel Embiid returned to this series against the 76ers. I shan't touch this until the second segment. I want a full segment of just Celtics. I'm seething after what I saw last night, 76ers over Boston. T-Wolves over the Nuggets, though, 110-98. The Timberwolves, despite a slew of injuries, too. No Anthony Edwards, and it did not matter. Remember when we said that Jokic might be the best player on planet Earth, the best basketball player on planet Earth? What happened? What are we doing? Someone help me with this. The T-Wolves knock off the Nuggets, and again, despite those injuries, the Timberwolves controlled this series and win it 4-2, even without Ant. Here on ESPN is how it sounded with Minnesota shocked the Nuggets to advance to the second round.
Chris Finch, David Adelman exchange handshakes at midcourt, and the Minnesota Timberwolves advance to play the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference semifinals, eliminating the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. Final score, 110-98.
The biggest winner of that whole deal was the San Antonio Spurs. They don't have to face Jokic. They don't have to face the Nuggets. You get to face the shorthanded Timberwolves, who won't have Anthony Edwards for that series either. Congrats. The Spurs are now going to the Western Conference Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hooray. The same Thunder who have been... The Thunder went to Cancun and back before playing their next series in the NBA postseason because they waxed the floor with the Phoenix Suns so aggressively, so quickly, and in a sweep. And in hockey, we will get to the hockey thing later. The Dallas Stars had a 2-1 lead in the second period. My Dallas Stars. How beautiful is this? They'll rally, send it to 7, find a way to win it in Dallas. Wrong. 5-2, the final. The Wild explode in the third period. They walked into the third period tied at 2 goals apiece and exploded for a 5-2 victory over the Dallas Stars. And the Ducks, the exact same score, 5-2 over the Oilers. Hot and heavy from the start in this game. It got into blowout territory, and the Oilers had no answer. Series over. Both the Wild and the Ducks are moving on. When we return, there was a massive fall apart again for the Boston Celtics. Is there hope in the C's camp? Or is this series over as the 76ers go to Boston for a Game 7? This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The draft is behind us.
Our naked bodies go on trial just for laughing at the joke, just for saying of the bargain what any sales girl already knows. Most of us old men die at the firing line, just waiting for our number to be called. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Now the king regales his stepson when he's loaded as a gun. Says a real man is like a country. You need a map to find your one. Now I do you suppose you must approach the throne with its back up against the wall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. The greatest minds of my generation gladly conscripted in the war of defending any Goliath that would deign darken the door. Now with your genius for picking battles, it's no wonder every helmet is too small. I guess time just makes fools us all. I guess time just makes fools of us all. My drink is watered down. The champ is on his knees. He lost the rematch. He lost the comeback. He lost for charity. But that's the job. It's what gets the asses in the hall. They came for a beating. And he came to brawl. Notice that of all the young gods I have known, yours is easily the least famous to turn down the cover of a Rolling Stone. Lily white faces, so familiar and yet impossible to recall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. After a millennia of good times, God said, hey now, let's have a dream where we raise the stakes a little. Come on, let's make things interesting. Parachute into the Anthropocene, an amnesiac, a himbo and all. I guess time does make fools of us all.
Touch yourself. And I was taking shots from the front and the back.
That ball had a family, a wife, 4 kids, living in the suburbs.
Big Gooner.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Good morning. I'm sorry. I should apologize. I'm being told by upper level management. I'm being told by the C-suite at both Cumulus Media and Westwood One Sports.
None of them are awake
and
right
the
now.
Westwood One Sports app. I'm being told that I should apologize. They're not up at 3:24 and 12 seconds Pacific time.
Who would be up at that time?
Me. I am the biggest loser of the day. And that's why I'm apologizing, is because I should not have called you the idiot of the day. You didn't do anything. I should not have made fun of your sentience and made you the idiot of the day. I should not have made us the collective biggest losers because of what the Knicks did in our existence at the same time as what the Knicks did. I retract the statement. It was laughable. I hold hands and I hug all of my female friends in Sedona all the time.
Touch yourself.
And I'm sorry that I looped us all together into that camp. Good morning. I hope we can start this so we can get. We did not get off on the right foot. I hope we can recover from this. And you know what? I will give you a note, and I was going to save this note and nugget. Sorry for the Denver fans to salt in that wound. And nugget for later in the show, but I think you deserve it now. You've earned it because many of you are perturbed after the way we began today. Good news afoot. Can I get a breaking news, Curtis? per Adam Schefter on site in Washington, D.C., where Addie Bates went 4 for 4 in her adult slow pitch softball game last night. Come on.
Big gooner.
Yeah, I'm her. Come on now. And it was embarrassing.
That's herstory.
It was embarrassing for the other team, Drake. I would point to the third baseman every time, and I'm not like my teammate said. This is worse than when Babe Ruth would point out where it was going to go. No, I would go. I'm like, I'm a pull hitter. It's going to go right to you every time. Line drive right to you. I would point to him and I'd say,
Are you the asshole? Are you the asshole who's calling your shot in adult league softball?
No, it's just I'm not like a power hitter. I'm not at all, and I'm a pull hitter. It's slow pitch. I just get so excited. And he could not field, like, he couldn't get it any.
You just
like,
get what?
What? He just couldn't field anything. He couldn't get it, So 4 for 4.
The little the third baseman, the Hoover.
Yeah. And there were a lot of, like, they were the former, like, SEC frat boy type team that we played last night.
Oh, no.
Versus
so they
the
were
Jiggles.
not happy.
Yeah.
The Jiggles. Is that's actually the team name is the Jiggles?
Yes, my friend Brett, my dear friend Brett, he loves, it's just like a reference that he makes all the time. And he was like, I'm not going to join the team unless it's called the Jiggles. And so as the team captain, I submitted the team name as the Jiggles, and our team color is neon pink. Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
Good.
I did make a banana ball reference last night, by the way.
Bananas.
Oh, did you? Danae Benitez, female, she got a hit, her first hit in banana ball last night.
Oh.
Pretty awesome. So, again, her story. What was your reference?
My friend Ryan Shea, who played baseball in college, he was playing shortstop, and he was doing all these cool moves and stuff. I was like, bro thinks this is banana ball. I was like, sir.
Oh, bro thinks he's a Savannah Banana.
See, you're welcome.
Wilson.
You're welcome.
I didn't see it. I don't think the Dove Climate account on Twitter, can I give you a hot take about the Dove Climate account? Anybody on Twitter's encountered that account a million times. I think it's just a bot. I think someone purchased the account and they're just tweeting things. Am I wrong there, by the way? I've got to be.
No, it's definitely a bot. Definitely.
Yeah. Somebody paid for that account. They're just tweeting, random stuff. And they tweet. I only saw it last night. They tweeted 5 days ago the video of Russell Wilson batting for the Savannah Bananas, and the caption was something along the lines of, "Look, Russell Wilson is fat. Russell Wilson is fat and slow, and probably will not play in the NFL again." It's like, wow, dang, man.
No, he's going to go try to be a backup for the Jets.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mr. Unlimited just can't give
Geno
up.
Smith.
Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. Broncos country, let's ride. Congratulations to you. Did you please tell me your team won? We can't have this kind of a lead in and your team lost.
Drake, I don't want to talk about it.
No.
We lost 16-15.
Oh.
It was a walk-off.
You did your 1/9. Who did not do their 1/9? Who did not do their 1/9?
It was, I'm going to call them out. I'm going to say it. It was my best friend Connor and Ryan. They were, the third baseman and the shortstop. They just couldn't handle the heat. They couldn't handle the heat.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Is it one of those leagues where you're allowed 10 people where you have four outfielders or no?
Yes.
Oh, man. They didn't even do their 1/10, much less 1/9.
No, yeah, the pressure, come on now. And we needed another woman on the team because you can't just have me or else I have to bat every fourth batter, and then we also lose an outfielder. So we taught Anna how to throw a ball last night.
Anna, good.
That is my roommate.
This did not help. Anna still did not hit the ball. I am fearing.
That is true.
Yep. Uh-huh. Have her bunt. Just have her bunt.
You can't bunt.
Which you can't do in adult league.
No.
You can't do. Similar to banana ball, you can't do. Congratulations to your team. I wanted to draw a comparison to your adult league softball team and the Boston Celtics, losing in heartbreaking fashion. Your team losing in heartbreaking fashion, that is. But you know what? I can't. I watched this game yesterday, the Celtics and the 76ers, and I just got sad. I am not a Boston sports fan, but I like greatness. I've told you that before. I like when things are elite. I can root for greatness. Loved watching Kobe. I still like watching LeBron from time to time when he has those spurts, when he just becomes young LeBron again for 15 minutes in an NBA game. And I'm telling you what, man. I'm telling you. When the Celtics beat the 76ers, 123-91, that was game 1 of the series. Or when the Celtics went on the road and just walloped the Sixers, 128-96, take a 3-1 lead in the series. I thought, you know what? That's it. Even the return of a Joel Embiid, the return of the Messiah, is not going to help the 76ers at this point. The series is over. I had full confidence in the Boston Celtics. Wrong. I was the idiot. I like greatness, and the Celtics were well on their way to blowing out this series, to blowing out the 76ers. And then a switch flipped. And that switch was in part Joel Embiid. But here's the craziest thing, is it wasn't even all Joel Embiid last night. It's not like Embiid had the takeover card. In fact, Embiid 1 for 5 from deep, 6 for 18 overall yesterday. Yeah, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He had a good game. But he wasn't the catalyst that helped the 76ers. It was old man Paul George and the young spunky Tyrese Maxey, both of those guys playing 40 minutes in this contest. Embiid playing 34. And yeah, Embiid is good, and he takes up space. And Cameron Stewart talked to us yesterday about the Celtics struggling to guard a big man, to cover a big man. And Embiid has become more and more diverse in his game over the course of his career. And look, on a night where Embiid didn't have the takeover card, on a night where VJ Edgecombe didn't have the takeover card, you know what I'm starting to see out of the 76ers? I'm starting to see the depth of a starting lineup that can pick 2 different stars each night, Kelly Oubre Jr. and VJ Edgecombe. And then the next night it's Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. The next night it's Paul George and Kelly Oubre Jr. And that should scare you. If you are the Boston Celtics at this point, that should scare you. Hell, we even got a minute of Kyle Lowry. That dump truck. The C's are looking at a very scary rest of this series. And by rest of this series, I mean one damn game. You're going to game 7. This is it. You were comfortable. Couple of 30-point blowouts earlier in the series. And now you have hobbled your way to a game 7, allowing the 76ers to take all momentum. There's no sugarcoating this. The Celtics had Philadelphia on the ropes. Had won game 4 by 30 points. And now to lose back-to-back games, including a game at the Garden, to allow the 7 seed to force a game 7. Dog, this is where, if you're the Celtics, and the East has been so stupid entertaining. I'm looking over at the San Antonio Spurs, at the Oklahoma City Thunder, and if I'm the Boston Celtics or the Detroit Pistons, I'm saying, man, how did they do that? How are they blowing these? How are they ending series with ease? The East just doesn't have that. The East has cannibalized itself to the point where the supposed best teams in the conference can't put other squads away. And the Magic with Paolo Banchero or the VJ Edgecombe 76ers have risen to an occasion that no one expected them to be at. No one needed this from you. We weren't asking you to compete. But not only are these teams competing, they're dominating in a lot of fashions. And Joel Embiid is beating the Celtics. He returned from an appendectomy 17 days after surgery. The normal human being can't do that. And emotional lift at the very least. Again, I didn't think that yesterday. I thought we saw a 70 or 80% Joel Embiid. But he chipped in. And the boost that Philadelphia gets by having Joel Embiid back, the team plays differently. And then Tyrese Maxey owning the backcourt. Like Jalen Brunson gets a lot of the headlines in the East here. But Tyrese Maxey has spent the last couple of games torching the Celtics defense, namely the perimeter defense. Boston has this elite set of defensive guards. They have no answer for Maxey. They have no answer for Tyrese Maxey's speed. He is running circles. The tactical failure from Boston is because Tyrese Maxey is running circles around these cats. And Jaylen Brown, 18 points, 7 of 17 shooting. It's not enough to close out the game. Jason Tatum, 17 points, 6 of 13. The Celtics were so bad last night. Listen to this. Not a single player scored 20-plus points. No one scored more than 18, Jaylen Brown in his 28 minutes on the court. And Boston scored 14 points. This became a blowout. Boston scored 14 points in the third quarter. The same Celtics that did they not listen to the Drake Toll show? Were they not tuned in to Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app? The same Boston Celtics that scored 11 points in the fourth quarter a couple of nights ago, and I thought, well, you can't let that happen again. That's where Philadelphia capitalized on what was otherwise a close game. Surely the Celtics have learned their lesson. Nope. And if you're a Celtic, the most frustrating part if you're a Celtics fan to me is the third quarter, Boston scores 14 points. By now, you're down by almost 20 going into the fourth. And I don't understand how you hold on. You scored 14 in the third and then 30 in the fourth. Could you not, if you had a sliver of that output in the third quarter, you're still in this contest. Philly only scored 48 points in the second half. A total of 48 points in the second half. And yet you still couldn't overcome that. In a series where the road team has had such great success, that trend does not continue. Boston losing 106-93. And now a Game 7. The series on the line on Saturday. The Celtics will host. And the Sixers have had no problem winning in the Garden. When we come back, it is our biggest losers of the day. We've got so much more jam-packed for you on today's show, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
George Pickens.
I don't know why I keep on believing you need me when you prove so many times that it ain't true. And I can't find one good reason for staying. Maybe my leaving would be the best for you. But these rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, 'cause they hide all the truth. And they let me hold on to the good times, good lines, the ones I used to hear when I held you. And they keep me from feeling so cheated, defeated, when reflections in your eyes show me a fool. These rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, 'cause they hide all the truth. times I've tried. You'll believe me when I say I love you, and I'll lay these rose-colored glasses aside. These rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, 'cause they hide all the truth. I don't know why I keep on believing you need me when you've proved so many times that it ain't true. And I can't find one good reason for staying. Maybe my leaving would be the best for you. But these rose-colored glasses that I'm looking through show only the beauty, 'cause they hide all the truth. And they let me hold on to the good times, good lines, the ones I used to hear when I held you. And they keep me from feeling so cheated, defeated, when reflections in your eyes show me a fool. These rose-colored glasses that I
Westwood One!
It's the Drake Toll Show. Good morning. Drake Toll with you. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. It's a good morning unless you're a Boston sports fan, at which point it's not a good morning at all. Or an Atlanta sports fan. When is the last... Ooh, the Braves? Is that the last time Atlanta won anything? They really don't be winning a lot of things, do they?
About Magic City night.
Yeah.
Magic City night. They lost that.
I think they would have won if they kept Magic City night, actually.
Oh, you think they wouldn't have lost by 50 points? You think Magic City night would have given them the mojo, the strip club, in the stripped club?
I'd argue that gives people a mojo. I'd argue that gives a lot of people a mojo.
Touch yourself. 2 months, a month and a half later, they'd be riding that high.
I mean, something like that.
Riding something, that's for sure.
Whoa.
It's time for our biggest losers of the day. Biggest loser, number one, is us. All of us. This is a tweet from Chili Willers. That says, y'all ever get so deep in Candy Crush that you forget to start a family? I thought the Ben Sassy 60 Minutes deal was really good, where he talked about how he's like, I'm going to die, and I'm going to miss my kids when I die. I was like, oh, that's super sad. But then this little soundbite was pulled in the 60 Minutes interview where he's very, it was such a good interview. I don't want to dilute it, but it does remind me of the tweet that said that because FanDuel has a bet mulligan, has bet insurance that men are losing their testosterone. Here is Ben saying that you're playing too much Candy Crush to have babies.
All across the industrialized, rich world, people have just stopped having babies in the last couple of decades. We're at replacement rate, birth rates, nowhere in the industrialized world except Mormons and Jewish populations in Israel and in some parts of the U.S. Except for those two categories, every other industrialized nation has stopped having babies. That is super weird. We've stopped having sex. Sex has collapsed demographically. Premarital, extramarital, marital. It is very weird, I don't have a phone on me, but that we carry around these super devices in our pockets that have distracted us from some of the most fundamental human activities and aspirations. Having a baby is a bet on the future. And almost everywhere in the world, and the world is richer and richer and richer statistically than it's ever been, people have decided, actually babies are kind of an inconvenience. Babies have always been an inconvenience. And the most glorious thing you can do to enrich your family and to make a bet on the future. How weird that we've stopped having sex, we've stopped making babies. We've decided that being distracted by a dopamine hit around Candy Crush might be a good way to spend your time. Not if you're a full human.
I mean, okay. I'm all for having babies. I mean, not right now for me. But like, if my parents didn't have a baby, I wouldn't be here. So I'm not anti-babies. The idea that people are having less sex because of Candy Crush, though, that our phones are stopping us from, fornication, is an interesting one. And I do think in the grand case for having, children and procreating, that a bet on the future it's just an odd way to put it when my current bet on the future is the San Antonio Spurs to win the NBA championship on Kalshi. That's what I'm thinking. My bet on the future, I'm looking toward my FanDuel account, BetMGM account, etc. People just got to stop playing on their phones. Too many screens. People are not banging enough.
Big gooner.
Do you know what's free? Do you know what is free?
What is free? What?
Yeah, you know what's not free? You know what's a kid?
Babies.
That's $1 million
children.
investment. Yes.
What else is free?
Future.
I got Sinatra. I don't know why people are saying that nobody has kids. I have Sinatra. You've seen Big Sin.
Okay.
She's here.
Biggest loser of the day. The U.S. Olympic figure skating team. John Boy tweets out, the U.S. Olympic figure skating team, through the first pitch of the Mets game today, did not seem to go as planned. I'm not really sure what we're going for, but there are I don't even know where to begin with this. There are probably 14 people on the field all holding each other up.
It's like the trapeze artists.
Who have never thrown a baseball before. It looks like 50 Cent throwing out the first pitch, but on steroids. I am wildly uncomfortable with whatever the Mets are doing with the figure skating team. Please stop. I don't want to see this anymore. The biggest losers. Somehow it's the Mets and the U.S. figure skating team for doing whatever they're doing and attempting to throw a baseball for the first time ever. Biggest loser of the day. Oh, no. Shiloh Sanders. Is this a Mary Kay Cabot tweet?
Yes, friend of the show.
Oh, I love Mary Kay Cabot.
She's amazing.
She says something. She's analyzing, as analysts in the NFL do. She's analyzing the quarterback battle for the Browns. And Shiloh Sanders comments on Instagram, "Go make a sandwich, Mary." On On a scale of 1 to things we should comment on posts, Addie, this is not one of them.
I thought that Deion Sanders was creating these great men, awesome men. What in the world? This is actually why, this is ending the debate of Shedeur, like why he fell so much, because people want to say, oh, NFL has motives and stuff. PR nightmare. PR nightmare. And that's what his brother's saying. I kind of want to think that Shedeur also has a little bit of that kind of personality in him.
That was also when they got kicked off of the Bucks because he got in a fight on a practice.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing's really gone well for Shiloh.
Oof.
You should never tell a woman to just go make you a sandwich, and I don't know why you would ever say that publicly either. Which makes me want to be very clear every time I ask Addie to check my schedule. I am kidding. It's an inside joke.
No, he's not. He's. Help.
I don't actually need Addie to go into. No, she doesn't need help. She doesn't mean that.
She won't make the sandwich, but she'll schedule the pickup from Jersey Mike's.
It's a sub above, man. There's no two ways around it. It's a sub above.
I'm trapped.
Mike's way. I like Firehouse personally. I don't mean it when I say that. I'm not telling her to make a sandwich.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He yells at me.
I'm making an inside joke.
Got him!
Idiot of the day. Dalton Rushing. Addie, you don't like the Dodgers. Want to take this one?
Oh my goodness! In the past week, 2 weeks, this guy has gone on a tear of like being a terrible human. He literally called somebody a fat person, a fat F. You know what I mean? Like that little phrase.
Fat person?
I called him fat because he threw him out at second. He got mad because the ump did not see him call time or whatever, and he like threw a fit. He also, somebody got injured and he was like good. Like he did not, like he's just not a good person. And so somebody tweeted a picture of him and somebody says, I think the worst part about Dalton Rushing is that he just looks like this. And somebody else said, he looks like the cartoon bear from a prescription drug commercial. Like he's, something tells me if I look like that, maybe I'd be pretty mean too.
Do they have cartoon bears in prescription drug commercials now?
Yes. They got all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
you do enough drugs yourself, yes.
Ozempic? Or whatever. No. Ozempic.
Yeah.
That's it. The O'Reillys.
Flip! Is that a cartoon bear in our cartoon? Nope, Nitro. That's just Dalton Rushing. No.
And your name's Dalton. That sucks already.
Curtis, you just got to sniff him and make sure it's Dalton Rushing and not a bear. Before Blip and Nitro can proceed, you need to ensure that the bear is not a threat.
Big gooner.
An impending danger. Curtis, you ready? Get the bonks ready. Final biggest loser of the day. Diego Pavia at a Mexico strip club.
Orale.
Gosh, his headlines get better and better. Diego Pavia. Oh, to be Diego Pavia at a Mexican strip club.
Not seeing the problem.
When will my life take such a positive turn?
Celebrating getting undrafted.
Curtis Poindexter runs the board. When we come back, it's time for our obituaries and the quickie. And there's hockey on. Yeah! Not to mention the Kentucky Derby. This is the Drake Toll Show.
'cause I've been in trouble. No pleasure here on earth I find. For in this world I'm bound to ramble. I have no friends to help me now. He has no friends to help me now. Heads fare thee well, my old true lover. I never expect to see you again. For I'm bound to ride that northern railroad. Perhaps I'll die upon that train. Perhaps you'll die upon this train. You can bury me in Sunny Valley for many years where I may lay. And you may learn to love another while I am sleeping in my grave. While he is sleeping in his grave. Maybe your friends think I'm just a stranger. My face you never see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore. In constant sorrow through his day, I am the man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my day. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised, the place where he was born and raised.
Somebody, guess what? It's May.
It is May. Thank you, Curtis. Nice.
That's what they pay me for sometimes.
On the you're getting paid more or less. It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization. Locked on Big 12, live today from Las Vegas. I'm actually really impressed with myself. I've lost $0. Thank you, everyone. Come on, good answer. Good answer. And I love blackjack. I love a good table game, but I've been a good boy this time around. Addie didn't believe it. You thought that look, dog, I went to bed last night. We got back from the game at like 12:30. I went immediately to bed, which was 3:30 Eastern time. Come to find out, you were also up until like 4 o'clock Eastern.
I was.
What the hell, man?
I told you I did great at softball, so then we went out for margaritas and nachos.
Oh, nachos, lemonheads, my dad's boat.
What's the next line?
Yeah. We won't go down because Curtis can float.
In his puddle.
I
was also awake at that time. We're all idiots.
That's on buoyancy. Well, yeah, why did none of us sleep last night? Now, look, it's not to the detriment of the show. I think, honestly, sometimes our shows are better when none of us sleep. We have this fervor, this allure, this lust for life, and I appreciate that. In fact, it's not to a detriment, but, man, we've got to start sleeping, guys.
This is the Drake Toll Show.
I feel like Blip right now. This is something Blip would say to Nitro and Curtis after neither of them have been
Are
sleeping.
you not Blip? Are you Blip or are you Nitro?
I don't think I'm either. I think this is just a messed up fantasy in my head.
Oh.
Touch yourself. One of the many.
Weird fantasy.
I mean, fantasy doesn't mean anything inappropriate. It doesn't have to be
big gooner.
Look at this.
Sexual in nature, Blip and Nitro. What are you showing? What do you want?
This cat. How do you show I have a cut down the side of my arm. And look, this one.
You.
It was this one.
I'm sure the cat similarly has no remorse. It's time for our obituaries. M tweets, I just spoke to God directly, and he told me to enter the transfer portal. To which Reddit College Football retweets, Martin Luther, 1517. I just spoke to God, and he told me to enter the transfer portal. The 95 thesis, man. Dead today. The Atlanta Hawks basketball team. Roger Sherman tweets, the Knicks are leading the Hawks 99-38, which is almost exactly the scoreline from Cardale Jones playing a kid in the hospital in NCAA football 13. That's right. Let me take you back to when Cardale Jones tweets, man, I wish everyone stopped saying I beat a kid in the hospital 91-35. It was 98-35. Had 91 with a minute 26 left in the fourth. Cardale Jones putting the hammer down. Dead today. The Atlanta Hawks basketball team. Roger Sherman tweets, the Knicks are leading the Hawks 60-19, which is almost the exact same score the Monstars were leading the Toon Squad that caused the scoreboard to read kinda one-sided, isn't it? It's stunning what is happening, what did happen between the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks last night, and dead today is an entire basketball franchise because of it. Oopsies. Dead today, the Dallas Stars playoff run. Film Pullman tweets, the playoff Dallas Stars, and it's a quote graphic that says, man, we had a good team on paper. Unfortunately, the game was played on ice. The Stars lose to the Wild in 6. R.I.P. in peace to another Dallas Stars season that ends in postseason disappointment. Dead today, whatever the hell happened in that sexual harassment case. The New York Post tweets, bombshell sex harassment suit against Lorna Hajdini. JP Morgan branded complete fabrication.
This is an idiot of the day.
I know, but I want to do it now too. I want to do it twice. Here's why. I don't understand the story. I didn't see the story the first time it came around. So for me to get the back end of this fabricated sexual harassment deal, when did this first find your radar, and what is happening at JP Morgan?
I saw it yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, by the way, there was a guy out there tweeting about the biology, the micro biome of something specific. I don't know if you were on that side of Twitter, and then this came up like an hour later. It was a wild day to be on Twitter.
Also, that Diana Rossini didn't save that person from the car wreck or something.
Yeah, a lot of things were happening yesterday on the X.
So, this Rana guy filed a suit on Monday under the pseudonym John Doe, accused a 37-year-old executive director at JP Morgan of turning him into her sex slave by drugging him with Rohypnol, and Viagra, and threatening to slash his bonus if he did not comply. So the Daily Mail broke the story on Wednesday evening about John Doe, citing details from a now retracted court document that has since been withdrawn for corrections. Come to find out, the entire thing was a hoax. Uh-oh. Just all made up. Some weird people in this world, dog. I'm one of them probably, but not to this extent. Not nearly to whatever's happening at JP Morgan. And our final obituary. Dead today. Jimmy Kimmel's run at ABC. The White House tweets a picture from the president's Truth Social. It says, when is ABC fake news network firing seriously unfunny Jimmy Kimmel, who incompetently presides over one of the lowest rated shows on television? People are angry. It better be soon. President DJT. Which, this goes back to Addie's point. Do not bully her for physical reasons.
So hard.
I think if the president tweeted out, when is the Drake Toll show going to be canceled due to the seriously unfunny Drake Toll, I would have to go into hiding. I don't think I would handle this very well.
Curtis and I would have so many jokes. That would be great content for us, actually.
He would probably be looping Curtis into this.
No. He'd be like, that Curtis guy. Wow, that Curtis guy at the board, he doesn't really speak much, but he's a nice guy. Nice guy.
Until he knows what I actually think, and then he'll change his mind.
Wow, Curtis, bad guy. Very nasty, Curtis, that porn Dexter, he's very nasty.
Larry King, he wouldn't be here.
Seriously unfunny Drake Toll.
Big
Though
gooner.
I do partially like the quiet guy who sniffs, who's the private's investigator for Blip and Nitra. That tweet from the president would be that would get some frame time on the wall. That'd get some aura frame time on my wall.
I want to sniff that.
The girl is fine, but I do really like the private's investigator.
Yeah!
Curtis Poindexter produces. No, he doesn't. He runs the board. Addie Bates produces. It is the Drake Toll Show, and it's time for the Quickie, the top 5 headlines today in all of sports. Addie Bates reads them. Drake Toll responds.
Trying to figure out how to tell this cat that I need her to shut the blinds, but I can't reach. So it looks like I'm ascending to the heavens at the moment. But here's your first headline. Tired of losing to Celtics. Sixers roll into Game 7.
Yeah, this was awesome. What did you think about this game?
Dog, I was playing softball. I locked in on my game.
Yeah, not awesome if you're a Boston sports fan. I just like at this point, chaos is fun, and the Eastern Conference has been full of chaos. The Sixers are fairly deep. Like, they've used Paul George to win. They've used now Joel Embiid in his return to win. Kelly Oubre, not as much, but Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. At various portions of the Kyle Lowry's ass. At various portions of the... That's both a physical piece of his body and a statement. At various portions of this playoff series, the 76ers have done it in different ways. And that's what I think makes them so deadly come Game 7 on Saturday. Knowing the Sixers have won multiple games in this series, the Garden as well, I'm riding the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm riding this. I thought the Celtics were going to come out of the East, and I think not. And remember when I said the Raptors and the Cavs, neither of those teams were actual contenders? Yeah, well, I lied. Because now all of a sudden they are. A minute.
Here's your second headline. You'll love this one. Wild defeat Stars for first playoff series win since 2015.
Death, taxes, and the Stars choking in the playoffs. I don't get it, man. What do I have to do? What do I have to do for the Stars to be good? I don't root for very many sports teams. Because this is like a national radio host. I want your team to lose just as bad as I want my team to lose. I am, God forbid, a Dallas Cowboys fan. The most reluctant version of a Dallas Cowboys fan you can get. When they lose, I just burn the whole thing down. And the Stars are one of those teams in my repertoire that I'm like, you know what? I really want the Stars to win. I believe in the Stars. And the Stars don't believe in me. This is a super physical series. Dallas was never really in control. The Wild won Game 1 6-1, and 4-2 they take the series. This looked silly. It looked stupid. Maybe Jake Ottinger isn't my friend after all. Maybe him and I aren't friends after all. And now it is up to the Wild to try to topple the Avs. And they've got a shot. They do. This is going to be a very fun series. Avalanche Wild will be a very fun series.
Come be a star. Come be a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. It's so much fun. It's so much fun winning. I love it.
Except for it's not. What do you mean winning?
2020,
down in the series 3-2 to the Montreal
2020,
Canadiens.
2021. 2020, 2021.
I wasn't alive either of those years.
You're not even the youngest one on this show.
Thanks, Curtis. Nice job, Crotch Poindexter.
Big Gooner.
Same thing that happened yesterday just happened again, by the way. Anyways, Connor McDavid, Edmonton Oilers, an average team, is what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty clear, too. He's like, you know what? We knew most this season that we're average, and we just proved that to the world. The Oilers fall to the Anaheim Ducks. 5-2. The same Oilers they were the better team in the Stanley Cup last year in the finals, and yet still didn't win it. America wins, and the Oilers this year, round 1 exit. See you later. Didn't even take it to 7 games. It was a blowout last night, 5-2 the final score. Just a couple of nights after Edmonton won a game 4-1. And Edmonton they led the series 1-0. They had a leg up. They had a game up on the Ducks. Ducks advance in the Central. I think he's spot on. This was just a team that after a Stanley Cup Finals loss, did not meet any sort of expectation and was mid for a large portion of the year.
Great night to be a Minnesota sports fan, by the way. The Wolves eliminate Nuggets as McDaniel scores 32.
I don't understand this. This is so confusing to me because the Wolves are one of the most banged up teams in the postseason. You know, I don't like they have old man Mike Conley. Somebody help me. The Minnesota Timberwolves have no business beating Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic and Christian Brown and Spencer Jones, Cam Johnson. Tim Hardaway Jr. Someone has to help me on how it didn't even take 7 games. The T-Wolves without Anthony Edwards. Ant's not even out there. Win this series. Banged up be damned. T-Wolves win it. And Jokic was a hoot and a holler post-game. He said that if we were in Serbia, everybody would be fired. The entire staff, all the players, everyone would be fired. And while we are not in Serbia, a change may come for the Denver Nuggets. I would not be shocked.
Here's your final headline. Not good enough. Woeful Mets end April 10-21.
What are they going to do? I want to take this headline and just pitch it right back to you. What can the Mets do to try to not suck? Because, man, they're spending a whole lot of money, more than anybody not named the Dodgers, and they suck.
This goes deeper than what's going on with the Red Sox and the Phillies. With the Red Sox, I've talked about it. It's not necessarily Alex Cora, it's Craig Breslow. With the Phillies, the players are not playing to the caliber that they should be. And, of course, that's going to fall back on Rob Thompson. This team, there is so much turmoil in the locker room. I just don't think that I don't think their chemistry is there. I don't think Carlos Mendoza is the right person to lead this team. I feel like if he was, they would have won something by now. But the past couple of seasons, it's just kind of been a letdown. So I feel like Mendoza is also going to be one of the next ones to go. But this team is an absolute disaster. And I really do think it's all like the locker room chemistry and everything is just showing on the field right now.
Yeah, none of it looks good.
Bad.
The Mets suck.
Bad.
When we come back, the NHL does not suck. It was electric last night. Let's talk hockey. And the Kentucky Derby is tomorrow. We'll give you predictions, what you need to know, and which horse is going to win. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Aaron Rodgers still hasn't decided if he's returning. I thought it.
She's the only one that I've been dreaming of. Maybe someday she will be all mine. I wanna tell her that I love her so. I thrill with her every touch. I need to tell her she's the only one I really love. I got a warm, warm ball all day. I got a woman, she won't be true. I got a woman, stay drunk all the time. I said I got a little woman and she won't be true. On Sunday morning when we go down to church, see the men folks standing in line. Don't say they come to pray to the Lord, not when my little girl looks so fine. And in the evening when the sun is sinking low, everybody's with the one they love. I walk the town, keep searching all around, looking for my street corner girl. I got a warm, warm ball all day. I got a warm, she won't be true, no, no. I got a warm, stay drunk all the time. Midnight shift, she follow around all the time. I guess it's just one thing left for me to do. Gonna pack my bags and move on my way. Cause I got a worried mind, sharing what I thought was mine. Gonna leave her with the guitars play. I got a woman, she won't be true, no, no. I got a woman, ball all day, yeah, yeah.
got a woman stay drunk all the time. I said I got a little woman and she won't be true. On Sunday morning when we go down to church, see the men folks standing around.
Purple hat, cheetah print, dancing on the people, rolled up at the after joint, dancing on the people, people dancing on the people. I got people on the people, people dancing on the people, with the people on the people, smoking.
Good morning.
See me, see you dancing on the
It is the Drake Toll Show. What?
It's yesterday. As soon as you start again, you get so excited.
Good morning. Good morning.
There you go.
Good morning. I don't know why it's so much louder. Bonk. Live from Las Vegas, it's the Drake Toll Show. Sounds like a burlesque. Good morning. Addie Bates produces and Curtis Poindexter runs the board. It is a Friday, so I don't even know, man. Make of this what you will. The ponies are running tomorrow. Will we have a... When's the last time we had a Triple Crown winner? Was it American Pharaoh? Did he win that? Was that a Triple Crown? Secretariat? Which will never happen again. The horse had a big heart. Literally, physically, big heart.
Because last year there was sovereignty, journalism. Right?
Okay.
The horse. Those are the horses. Yeah. Sorry. I'm trying to remember the names of the
I thought
horses.
journalism was dead, but yes. Okay. Nice.
Yes. Yes.
Let me say sovereignty is too.
Wow. Before we hit the Kentucky Derby, National Hockey League last night in the NHL. I just mentioned it. Dang it. The Dallas Stars lose. Quinn Hughes, third period, a goal. You know Quinn Hughes. You know, Hughes, Olympics, third period goal to put the Wild up 3-2 on TNT. Whole place goes wild.
Zuccarello to the point. Faber. Now Hughes. A slide pass. They score! It home!
Toss it off of somebody's skate, man, into the goal. That was the difference. And then after that, it was just more and more Minnesota Wild. Final score of 5-2. The Wild are moving on to face the Avalanche. Here's the final call on TNT as Minnesota advances.
As they count it out, and for the first time in 11 years, the Minnesota Wild will march on to round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
In Anaheim, man, this game got away from Edmonton quickly. And for McDavid to say that this team was average most of the year, that is correct. That is correct. Did not meet expectations for a squad that went to the Stanley Cup Finals last year. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away from winning it all. They were the better team in the finals as well. And America prevailed again. Anaheim, that is in America as well. Anaheim prevailing last night. It was a first period goal to put the team up by a couple of goals.
Reset things here. McTavish, Lacombe, Gauthier, misfired, scores!
Gauthier's been great this series too. 4-1 was the lead for the Ducks heading into the third period. The game was never in doubt for Anaheim. And on TNT, the final call, the Ducks advance past the Oilers, and Edmonton season is done.
They've waited 8 years for the playoffs to return to Anaheim. There will be no wait for round 2 if they knock off the Oilers in 6 games.
The Ducks and the Wild, two teams you don't usually see advancing in the postseason. Both of them do so in the year of our Lord 2026. Congrats. I don't mean to sound so downtrodden by this, but I am, as a Dallas Stars fan, I am a bit perturbed. It would have been nice to see the Stars win. There are very few sports teams in the world that I feel passionate about, that I watch and I think, I'd like this team to win. Because again, I am rooting for every team to lose equally. If you're a Bills fan or a Jaguars fan, a Chiefs fan, if you're a fan of the Knicks, of the Hawks, of the T-Wolves, of the Kings, if you really like the Dodgers or you really like, the New York Yankees, I don't need to. That's fine. They can win, they can lose, and it's fine. But I enjoy when the Dallas. When I was in college at Baylor, I would go watch Dallas Stars games. In the regular season, tickets were $25. I loved sitting at the very top of the arena and just watching the entire thing operate. And then the postseason would come around. I was like, oh yeah, let's just buy Stars Kraken tickets. Go see the Dallas Stars play. Oh look, kids, Jake Ottinger. Love-hate relationship with that name. And last night, the Stars losing 5-2 was just not fun. The one time that I let my heart be involved in hockey, I say the one time, I have been doing that, and the Stars have done nothing but disappoint me in the playoffs. So I should have expected this. It is nothing new. But in the end, everybody, the Wild included, and they will face them in round 2, are chasing the Avalanche. The Avalanche still the heavy favorites to win the Stanley Cup, and I do believe they were my pick from the beginning, which is a lazy pick, but it's the correct pick. So I apologize to no one, and I fully expect the Avs to take home the hardware at the end of the season. All right, Ponies time. That's what you've been waiting on, right? That's what you wanted to hear about today was the Kentucky Derby that will take place tomorrow in Louisville. Curtis, hit it.
Wow. I want a mint julep. I kind of want a mint julep right now. Is that frowned upon at 7:29?
Churchill Downs. 6:57 p.m. Eastern Time. The annual Run for the Roses. It's the Kentucky Derby. The 152nd running. And Renegade is the 4-1 morning line favorite. Looking to secure Todd Pletcher his third Kentucky Derby victory. I do have my 3 favorite horses picked out. Please give me Commandment, Further Ado, or the Puma. Renegade's the favorite, 4-1. Commandment, Further Ado, and the Puma, all kind of that top 5. Commandment, 6-1. Further Ado, 6-1. And the Puma, 8-1. Addie, before I divulge my favorite ponies at the Derby, you were so kind to have chosen a segment today about the Kentucky Derby. Why? Are you passionate about this? Is this the one time you sports bet a year?
Yes, this is. I love horse racing.
Are you going to Brendan Sorsby all over yourself this weekend?
Jesus.
Get ready to learn Brendan Sorsby, buddy.
Even 2 years ago, I was at an Astros game with my family. My uncle, dad, and I were like, wait a minute. We had all of our horses picked out. And I was like, okay, we got to make sure. I'm just sitting there looking at, the Derby as I'm at this Astros game. I love the Kentucky Derby. And plus, the horses this year. Have you looked up Renegade?
The horses this year are crazy, as if they're not just like the horses every other. Have you seen the horses this year?
Have you seen the horses?
They have wild names. Yeah, what about the horses this year is different than every other damn year at the Kentucky Derby?
My favorite name is Litmus Test. Right to party.
These horses are bigger.
Winsers.
These horses are faster. Look at the power.
Tactics?
I also know why you picked Puma as a horse.
Why?
Drake likes the Puma pants.
Okay, whoa!
So I think Renegade is the clear favorite. Even though he's in that inside post, I still think there's a reason why he's 4-1 odds. His trainer is amazing. Ortiz is really good. And I feel like this could be the year we see a favorite win. And I think almost, 20 years? What?
Just that quote of, have you seen the horses?
I'm sorry!
You know what? End the segment. Yeah, right. You know what? When you're right, you're right. Addie, what do you want to talk about the Kentucky Derby today? Well, have you seen them? Here she comes, making her first celebrity appearance on the track. Addie Bates, producer of the Drake Toll Show, at the 152nd. I just can't. As if the horses are different this year at the Kentucky Derby.
Big riding enthusiast.
I do think the Commandment, again, top 5. I can't go with a favorite. Favorites never win. Brad Cox, resume horse, won the Florida Derby. Not quite. Not. Have you, Addie? The Florida Derby. Did you see this? The horses.
You know what? I'm actually going to leave the show. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. It was good to be
Not
here.
quite as prestigious as Kentucky, but the Florida Derby has produced more winners for the Kentucky Derby than any other prep race. Did you hear that? And the winner this year was Commandment. And he's the half-brother of the favorite Renegade. He's got some secretariat in him. He's in number 6. Great position, established stalking, and if the pace is hot, he's got the speed. Further ado.
Renegade had a had a 4-length. Okay, fine. At the Arkansas Derby, did you see Renegade's win? It was a 4-length win.
Yeah, but it's the Arkansas Derby. I could win the Arkansas Derby.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see you race a horse.
They'd be letting anybody into that one. The horses for the courses pick. Further ado, Chestnut Colt won the Bluegrass Stakes. And he has a win at Churchill Downs as a 2-year-old, by the way. So he's familiar with the track. And John Velasquez, his rider. Legend. Stamina pedigree as well. It can handle the grueling conditions at the Derby. And then the Puma. The Magic Formula horse. Gustavo Delgado, ridden by Javier Castellano. They pulled off the 15-1 upset with Mage in 2023, my senior year of college. Buddy of mine won a lot of money on that.
If I could tell, have you seen Chief Wallaby? His trainer, they won with Sovereignty last year. Chief Wallaby.
All right, we can name horses all day, man.
No, so
have you seen
12,
the horses?
He's oh my gosh, he's 8-1. If you're gonna if you want, I think that's who you bet to win first. That is who you. I think that's
Chief Wallaby.
Chief Wallaby.
I like Chief Wallaby. The Puma, Chief Wallaby, Further Ado, Commandment. They're all in there in that top 5. Just don't pick Renegade. Renegade's the odds-on favorite. We can't do odds-on favorites at the Derby. So that's who I'm going with. I've got money on the Puma, Further Ado, and Commandment. When we come back on the Drake Toll Show. And Chief Wallaby, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. Adam Trigger joins the Drake Toll Show. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The draft dust has settled, and the winners are the Jets and the Browns. No, that...
Can you hear me? Oh, he says he hears music. Stop playing music. Let me see. Can I hear you now?
Test.
There we go.
There we go.
Sorry, you missed our little Kentucky. I mean, you got to see, witnessed.
I was listening. I hear you guys talking about the Florida Derby. I've been to the Florida Derby a bunch. It's by so my place in Florida is in Hallandale Beach. It's 5 minutes from Gulfstream. So I've been.
That's awesome.
I lived in Saratoga Springs for 7 years. Like that's where I'm from. So like I'm from the Albany area. So I actually I lived in Saratoga Springs 5 blocks from the track from like 2013 until like 2012, 2013 until like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be biased because of like where I grew up and the fact that I lived there, but there's just like, there's no better track experience than Saratoga.
Awesome. That's so awesome. I need to, because I'm in DC, but, so there's plenty of stuff around me. I just need to go. I just need to do it. Commit to it. Are you, where are you at right now? Sorry.
I'm in a hotel on the way back to New York. I was down in Florida, And then I had to my lease ran out on the car. I let the lease run out on my like last vehicle. And so I just my friend, one of my best friends runs a car dealership in Lynchburg, Virginia. And it's like so like I'm only gonna like buy cars from him because it's I want to help my friend out. And also I like pretty much at this point like refuse to like buy a new car. Like that was like the vehicle that I got rid of was like I got it new. The payment was outrageous, and I was just like, all right, we did that, not doing it again. So if you're gonna buy something used, you better know the person that you're getting it from. You know what I mean? And so like I know he's always gonna hook it up for me. So I flew from Florida to there, and now I was actually I thought I was gonna be home yesterday, but I just got sidetracked and started going to minor league baseball games. Like
as you
like,
should,
should. Well, because I was out, I was like, well, I'll go to this 11 a.m. game. I can kind of make it on my way home. And then I realized that like George Lombard was going to make his debut in Scranton last night, and I was like, yeah, I could swing that. So
that's awesome.
I went, so that's why I'm still in the hotel right here.
That's so awesome.
Say if you're ever gonna do like if you're gonna make it a weekend and do like a track weekend, like again, bias. Saratoga's. It doesn't get better.
I need to. Do you have a derby favorite?
I have not paid attention to horse racing in over a decade. I just don't have time. But here's the thing. My friends, like that all still live in Saratoga, are like they just do it 365 days a year. I mean, they bet horse every day. A lot of them got into like the owning, they're part of like groups that own and stuff like that. So when I'm going to bet for the Derby, I will just blindly bet whatever they feed me on race day. You know what I mean? Like
that's amazing.
I don't have time to make my own opinions in that area. Trying to keep track of AAA baseball is hard enough. So if they hit me up and say bet this, I'm like, all right, I'm in. Like,
I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, twist my arm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that is.
It was funny because last year, one of my coworkers, his son is one of the horse, like he like works with one of the companies, like helps like with training and stuff like that. So he was there and he was like, you should sprinkle some money on Sovereignty. I was like, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So it was, it was a fun little payday. Curtis, how much time do we have? All right, we're coming back.
Good morning. It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, and to our 300 affiliates across the country. Hello, the Atlanta Hawks still suck. Addie Bates produces, Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. 4:42 a.m. Pacific time, and it's the first day of the rest of our lives. Adam Trigger joins the program from Wager Talk. Let's talk some Major League Baseball, college basketball, and the storylines that we may have missed in both of those sports this week. Adam, thanks for being up early with us. I want to start in college basketball with a topic we touched on earlier this week briefly. AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, both those guys have made it clear they're going to the NBA draft. But we have seen a smaller draft pool than almost ever because of the advent of NIL. There are multiple players who want to come back, try their hand at college basketball, make $1 million at a high major roster rather than betting on themselves in the NBA. Is this a positive thing for the sport that NIL has put college kids in a place where they just want to stay in college forever?
I mean, listen, you're talking to someone that went to Siena College, grew up in the area. Like that's the team I'm a fan of. So from that lens, it's hard to, none of this feels positive to me, right? Like,
yeah,
someone's going to benefit. There's no question. Like, is it a positive for the kids? Sure. I'm going to be 40 in July. I still wish I was in college sometimes. So, I don't think they, getting to make money obviously is huge. Used to not be able to do that. The NBA is not going anywhere. So, and then the other thing too, if you're just looking at it from the player standpoint, some of these guys are going to get a payday that they would never otherwise get, and they're not going to make that type of money ever playing professionally. So it's probably a big positive for the players. For the sport in general right now, it's I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm a sports bettor, so you give me a game, I'm going to bet on it, I'm going to be happy. But like tournament expansion, the fact that like I'll use my school as an example again. This year, Siena, instead of getting that game against Duke, we probably would have had to beat Furman just to get to that point. So I think every year you see the little guy get priced out a little bit more. Is that good for the sport? I don't know. So I think yet to be determined. Without a doubt, we need some sort of regulation, contracts. If they're going to be pros, let's just make them professional. Sign contracts, not be able to leave. Something's got to like regulate it, in my opinion.
I'm excited to hop into the expansion of the NCAA tournament here in a second, but to bookend the NBA draft talk, are we hurtling quickly toward a Nike saying, hey, we'll make more off you by giving you $15 million, keeping you at Kentucky or Duke or somewhere that plays on ESPN 2 or 3 times a week, rather than having you play on FanDuel Network TV Plus on Wednesday night for the Sacramento Kings? How far are we away from the big NIL brokers saying, you know what, we get more value out of you in college?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in baseball mode, so I haven't really dug into it, but isn't that kind of this, the Amazon Duke, like that there was a deal earlier this week. Where I think Amazon's going to have a couple of games and they're going to dictate where these games are played and whatnot. And it's like, I feel like that's kind of what you're saying. That's probably where it's going. Is it good or bad? I don't. That's the thing. It's all relative. Someone's going to benefit from it. Someone is not. And I guess we'll have to. But the thing is, though, you talk about the sport in general. I'm pretty sure like viewership has never been better for the NCAA tournament and stuff like that. So as long as you're getting eyeballs on the sport still, and as long as we can still bet it, like I think I'll live.
Quickly, the NCAA tournament expanding, and then I do want to jump into baseball here. You mentioned it beats down the little guy. Now 16 and 15 Auburn is going to get in. You're going to find more and more of these high these teams at the top of Division I, these bigger brands that get in based on their brand, and less of the Sienas of the world. Does that dilute what we love about March Madness?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, even the last couple of years, the thing is, it's again, you get to the final 8 teams and every single team is like a powerhouse, big brand. Well, then you get your Duke, UConn, Elite 8 games and stuff like that. And that's great. But I do think there's another segment of the market, if you will, that wants to see High Point play on the second weekend, that wants to see at least one of these teams make it through, or, George Mason making a Final Four, VCU making a Final Four, Butler making it to a championship game back in, I think 2009 or 2010. Like, I think that's always made the NCAA tournament great. But at the same time, if you're a fan of college basketball and suddenly you're getting down to the last 8 or the last 4, I was at the Final Four, and you're getting, Michigan, Illinois, Arizona, and UConn. I mean, it's pretty good too. So it's again, it's tough to say either way.
Over in Major League Baseball, and Adam Trigger joining the Drake Toll Show at Adam Trigger WT on Twitter. The Atlanta Braves have been, I live in Savannah, Georgia. This is a pleasant surprise for a lot of Braves fans who felt kind of downtrodden going into there's always the hope that you're going to be good. And the Braves were the first team to 20 wins. Can we buy the Braves long term, or is this just a fun story the first month of the season? Obviously, their bullpen's been great.
Oh, without a doubt, you can buy the Braves long term. Have you missed the best numbers? Probably. I do a show 6 days a week on Wager Talk TV called Total Bases, and we've been talking about the Braves for 3 weeks at this point, buying in with them.
Yeah.
So in terms of like what you're saying though, like, is this just a flash in the pan? Are they going to regress? I don't think so. Spencer Strider's going to be back. He's looked very good in AAA. They've got right now they kind of have a couple placeholders in the rotation. Like, I don't think you're going to see Martin Perez in there long term. Again, Strider's going to need a rotation spot. You got guys like Didier Fuentes who can't seem to figure it out at the big league level, but then he's at Gwinnett and he's just unhittable. J.R. Ritchie came up recently. Jim Jarvis right now is one of the best players at AAA. Didn't really have that on my bingo card. I follow AAA pretty closely. I mean, I knew he was going to be good, but I didn't think he'd be having the season he's having at this point. So you got the Braves. They're playing better than anyone else in the league right now too. I think that's important to note. Like, you watch them relative to the other teams. Like, a lot of people would say, oh, well, the Dodgers are the best team in the National League. And I'll give you that. I mean, they probably have the best chance to be the best team when it's all said and done. But right now, I mean, Atlanta, they don't have there's no hole in that team. The pitching is great defense, timely hitting, everything you could ask for. So no, I don't think they're going anywhere. They're going to be in the mix all year.
Changes in Boston and Philadelphia in the span of just a few days, 72 hours within each other. And those are both organizations that want to compete. I think that's why you make a move like this midseason and try to turn things around. Which of those two teams has the most hope in 2026 of actually competing now that a change has been made?
I think it's Philadelphia. Part of the reason, so Boston, someone had to go, and Craig Breslow wasn't going to fire himself. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's as much to blame. You look at like the roster for the Red Sox, and I think that's kind of what Alex Cora was kind of saying without saying it. Was like, I can only win with the players that you're giving me, and this roster just wasn't it. And again, whose responsibility is that? Well, it's Breslow in the front office, but was he going to fire himself? No. So he shipped out like probably the, anyone that was sort of like pushing back and saying, because I think that there was a pretty big rift right there in terms of, you had guys in the organization not on the same page. And again, I think it was like roster construction a little bit for the Red Sox. So, I mean, theoretically, could you get, like, if Peyton Tolley ends up being like really good, and of course, Garrett Crochet is going to be better than he was the first month, can the Red Sox get back in it? Well, they probably can, but right now they're 12-19. The Blue Jays are 14-17, but the Blue Jays have endured a lot of like injury and having to figure it out. I'd almost think the Blue Jays, if they start to get healthier, have a better long-term outlook than the Red Sox. And then you're still looking up at a Rays team playing really good and a Yankees team that's, I don't think anyone's going to argue they're the best team in the American League, and they're right up there with the best teams in baseball. The Phillies, on the other hand, 12-19, not ideal. Very tough schedule to start the season. Their schedule, so they might, I don't even know that they needed the managerial change to like get back in the mix. I think the schedule coming up gets a little bit softer. They have, some guys have just, they still have the veteran core. They just need a couple other guys to step up. I think it could snowball a little bit for them. We saw a couple walk-off wins. Don't be surprised if like 3 weeks from now, the Phillies are like a game over 500.
Adam, contractual obligation to ask a question about the Mets before we get you out of here. At Adam Trigger WT on Twitter with Wager Talk. Plain and simple, how catastrophic is this?
Oh, it's bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it is, this is not good. And, I was probably like a week or maybe 10 days ago saying, listen, it'll turn. Like, it's been injuries and like a historically bad start, but don't worry about it. They'll sweep the Rockies. What happened? They got swept at home by Colorado. Yeah. And then, in a very manageable series earlier this week, dropped 2 of 3 from the Nationals. Now, from a betting standpoint, short term, this road trip might not be the worst thing in the world. Everyone is out on the Mets right now. So you're going to start to see prices like minus 115 at the Angels, minus 120. I think tonight they're probably going to be minus 120 against the Angels. And the Angels are basically going to probably run out a bullpen game of sorts. So I kind of think this is the time to buy the Mets, like going to this road trip, because think about it. You got a 12-20 Angels team that had the worst run differential in Major League Baseball last year, or one of the worst. They kind of got off to a hot start. That's a bad team, arguably worse than the Mets. Then you got a trip to Colorado. Colorado's been good, but still, Colorado, even if they way overachieve, they're still probably winning 65 to 70 games. And then you go to Arizona, who at best this year is probably a 500 team. This could be the road trip where the Mets go 6-3 or 5-4, and you might get minus 115, minus 120 every single day. Probably a lot of value on the Mets over the next 10 days or so.
That's where you buy it. Adam Trigger, thanks so much for being up early with us and joining the Drake Toll Show.
Yeah, we'll be talking baseball on Wager Talk TV at 9 a.m. Eastern if you're interested in today's game. So come check us out, and thanks for having me.
That's in like an hour. There he goes, at Adam Trigger WT. You can find him every day tweeting baseball. That guy's a minor league baseball fiend, too. A great get, and great to talk college basketball and baseball with today on the Drake Toll Show. It is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. The final hour of the final day of the week is coming up next. Let's go to our idiot of the day. This, could be me, is the Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.
Oh, I need to be in the stage. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, thanks for having me. Listen, if you guys want to do a Drake Toll Show outing in Saratoga, I'll call in all the favors. You let me know.
We're doing that. We're doing that.
Let me know. I have a bunch of friends that owe me like tables at the track and stuff like that. So you let me know. I'll make it happen.
Oh my God, Adam, you're the best. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, safe travels back home. And
that's my home base. So
that's so awesome.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, Adam.
Hey you, hey you with the curly bush on your head, baby. You know you're looking good, you know you're looking good, you know you're looking good. Soul sister, 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 woo. You're looking good, honey.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, baby.
Hey you, ooh, ooh. Hey you with the bad hip boots on, little girl. You're the best in the world. It sure would be nice, honey, if I could just make you my girl. And when you walk, you know you let me know that you're so very much together, 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 together. Ooh. And when you talk to me, honey, you know you make me feel lighter than a feather. I've never known it, but I've always wanted the best in life. And if I had you, honey, I know that I could forget about the rest in life. I can't conceal, no, the way I feel. You're about a head turner, you're about a stone runner. Hey you with with the curly bush on your head, baby. You know you're looking good, you know you're looking good, you know you're looking good. Soul sister, 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 sister. Ooh. And hey you with the bad hip boots on, little girl, you're the baddest in the world. It sure would be nice, honey, honey, if I could just make you my girl. Hey you with the curly bush on your head, baby. You know you're looking good, you know you're looking good, you know you're looking good. Soul sister, 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 woo. You're looking good, honey.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, baby.
Hey you with the bad hip boots on, little girl, you're the baddest in the world. It sure would be nice, honey, if I could just make you my girl. And when you walk, you know you let me know that you're so very much together, 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 together. Ooh. And when you talk to me, honey, you know you make me feel.
What the hell was that? It's the Drake Toll Show, I think. What's left of Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app? Lenny Kravitz, right?
No.
What?
Living Color.
It's close enough to Lenny Kravitz. A couple letters off. Morning, everybody. I'm actually really excited for our Idiots of the Day today after this whole JP Morgan thing, which I don't think has anything to do with actual JP Morgan. Well, the human is dead, so of course, it has nothing to do with him. But I don't even think it has to do with the company, really. It just has to do with the people that work there, or some of the people that work there. It is the Drake Toll Show. How apropos that Drake Toll is hosting. From the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12, Addie Bates is producing. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Crotch, live from Las Vegas, off the Strip. I've been playing at the Suncoast Casino. It's not bad. I thought, I'm going to do it. I thought the other day from behind, I was like, that guy has kind of the same 3/4 profile from behind, kind of looks like Michael Jordan. And he had a guy with him. I was like, that could be Michael Jordan. He had a guy with him that looked kind of like security, and I thought, oh my gosh, am I about to meet Michael Jordan at the Suncoast Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada? Not Michael Jordan. Not even close to mine. But a casino would be a very obvious place to find him. That's why I was even more convinced. It's like, oh, I've read of his proclivities. This could be the man. Should I say hello? I didn't. I ran into Charles Barkley at Mandalay Bay one time, though. Now what, huh? Defy me. It was pre-Ozempic or
What about
Roe
Pete
or
Rose
whatever
out
he's on.
there? Remember Pete Rose?
Pete Rose is
out
dead.
there? Well, yes, but he would sit out there.
I would be worried if you saw him there.
He's dead. Yeah.
Thank you. Good. Yes. Don't worry. Yes, I did know that. But he would
You
sit
said
out
good?
there.
You just said good that Pete Rose is dead? How dare you?
I said good for you correcting me because apparently I didn't know Pete Rose is dead. I only did the morbid thing at MLB Network Radio and had to build his obituary before he died.
Had to find out this way. Oh, gross.
I know.
Pete Rose, he sat outside of the Suncoast Casino?
He would sit outside of Mandalay Bay, just like in a sports memorabilia shop, on a little table, just wanting people to come by and sign stuff. He'll sign stuff for you.
Well, he won't now, so there's that.
You don't know that?
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Of what?
Major League Baseball?
No, he's eligible.
Yeah, he'll be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, okay. I was like, he's not currently.
You don't think so?
No. I'm just saying he's not. Well,
oh.
It comes down to, like, not to get, like, a sidetrack here. It comes down to the kind of the character clause, you know? Like, how are you as a person? Because sometimes they say that they care about that, but then you have players like Ty Cobb in there. So then I don't actually, like, believe that they do care about that.
And Ty Cobb was not nice to black people, and that's bad, right?
Yes, that's very bad. He was very, like, I mean, he was a dirty player, but he was also very racist. And Pete Rose had a thing with A minor.
Oh no! Did he Karl Malone himself? Did Pete Rose Karl Malone himself?
It's not even the betting on his team to win. That's why people don't like him in the field, in the industry. It's that other thing, the big thing.
In the industry. It is the 152nd Kentucky Derby. They've lined the ponies up in the chutes. A race as old as time and as American as a hot dog on a stick covered in cornbread. It is the SOAR who's the favorite. Further ado, and Puma in 6. Puma 8-1 odds, but fan favorite. Trained by Gustavo Delgado and ridden by Javier Castellano. Live from Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. Have you seen them? The horses? And I was taking shots from the front and the back.
Take that.
It's different this year, okay? It's different.
No, I'm just asking.
Have you not heard?
Have you seen any of them? Have you actually seen how they've done is what I meent by that. Sorry, I needed to spell it out. I needed to spell it out for
video? You ever watched the video of the guy? He's in the what's just an empty white room with a bunch of chairs and one TV playing the horse races. And he's got the newspaper and he's smacking himself on the butt. Come on now,
that's literally you.
Touch yourself. So mean.
Touch yourself.
It's time for our idiots of the day.
Idiot of the day.
Bonk. Idiot of the day number 1. Senior year of high school, Drake Toll. Not quite yet of the Drake Toll show. My girlfriend at the time, my high school girlfriend, this is the spring of 2019. What, was I supposed to marry my high school sweetheart? Sorry.
Man, I just feel like, you got your current one, you have another recent one. You just have a lot.
What? She's married with a kid now, by the way.
Wow.
Life really worked out for her. She works at a bank.
Wow.
JP Morgan?
Maybe. The night of the Derby, I was like, hey, let's go to Toadsuck, which is it's like at the fair in Arkansas. Every spring, Toadsuck comes to town. And they always do a concert with somebody you've never, who you're like, oh, yeah, I remember them. Like Chris Allen, the American Idol winner, or MC Hammer. And one year, Steve Earle was playing. How dope would it be to see Steve Earle live in concert for free on the Toadsuck Centennial stage?
Big gooner.
So I said, hey, let's go see Steve Earle. You know what? Toad suck.
You do seem like you'd go to the toe suck.
Stop. And we would race frogs. Not frogs. Those were illegal. We'd race toads. So every kid.
That's fine.
Every kid at the local. Have you seen them? The frogs?
That's illegal.
Every year at the Bologna Primary School, at all area schools, you would get a toad outside of your house and you'd bring it to school. You would, in a toad carrier. And then you'd race it at your school against your grade, against your class, and then your grade, and then the school. And your top 3 to 5 winners from your school would get to go to Toad Suck and race them at Toad Suck with the Toad Master. And so I, never qualified for you win a laptop if you won the whole thing. Yeah, Conway, Arkansas. Toad Suck, man. Jay Leno would come every year. There was Stuck on It. My dad was the first ever winner of Stuck on a Truck. You had to put your hands... Touch yourself. You had to put your hands on a truck, and you couldn't take your hands off that truck for days on end. And my papa won the free truck. It was called Hug-a-Bug back then. I digress.
Have you considered... So I feel like because now you're in Savannah, Georgia, have you brought the Toad Suck to there?
Georgia. Toad Suck, and no, it's a thing. It's a stationary thing. It doesn't move from Conway, Arkansas.
You're not sucking on the toes over in Savannah.
I'm done. You can host the rest of the show. Have you seen them?
Got him!
The horses?
Man, this is such a good thing. That's good.
Oh, my God.
Welcome to the Addie Bates Show. I'm your host, Addie Bates. Curtis Poindexter.
This
my
is
little
the
partner
second
in
time
crime.
ever.
This is
second time ever.
Give the people what they want.
It's the third time, actually. It's the Addie Bates Show.
So,
keeping track.
Curtis keeps track.
I wanted to see Steve Earle. I'm the idiot of the day because she said no. She was too tired to go see Steve Earle for free at Toad Suck. So we sat at home and watched the Kentucky Derby, and I'll never forgive myself.
Where do you find these women? What
I did that. Yeah, the women that don't want to see Steve Earle in concert. Boo. Okay, idiot of the day. This is awesome. Not really awesome, but what a wild thing. So, JP Morgan... I can't even figure out who the true idiot is out of this. JP Morgan. It comes out on Monday or something like that. It's like bombshell sexual harassment suit where John Doe, he doesn't want everybody to know who he is, files a suit Monday under that pseudonym, John Doe. It accuses a 37-year-old director at JP Morgan of turning him into her sex slave, drugging him, giving him Viagra, and threatening to slash his bonus if he did not comply. Which, that's a funny part to me, that if someone's making you their sex slave, yeah. And if you don't sex slave, I'll take away some of your bonus. Of all the threats, we should have probably known John Doe was not telling the truth. They're like, yeah, and she locked me up. Otherwise, she was going to give me less time for a lunch break. What? So that's the tweet. New York Post yesterday. Bombshell sex harassment suit against Lorna Hajdini and JP Morgan branded complete fabrication as the John Doe was unmasked. So, Gabriel Horwitz tweets out, turns out the story of the year was just made up, and it gets worse. John Doe is Shirayu Rana, 35 years old, now a principal at Briegel Sagemount. He left JP Morgan and went straight to private equity. The whole threaten his bonus premise collapsed. Hajdini reported to a completely different managing director than Rana. She had no say over his compensation. JP Morgan pulled the phone records, reviewed emails, interviewed the full team, found nothing. Rana even refused to participate in his own investigation. Colleague described Rana as socially awkward, but someone who met the requirements to stay at the bank. And before any lawsuit, he tried to negotiate a payout in the millions to leave the bank quietly, and they didn't bite. He filed court filing, and his lawyers retracted it for corrections and deleted it. But the Daily Mail already ran the whole thing, and the rest of the deal was Twitter doing its thing. He tried to get paid, didn't, and has now retracted the stuff. Addie? No sex slaves at JP Morgan today.
The craziest part, other than this whole entire thing is crazy, is how he fabricated these lines that this woman allegedly said these racist remarks towards his wife. He made those remarks
I forgot
up.
That part too, yeah.
He said those things.
Let's read some of them.
Like you're talking about your wife that. Oh my God.
I'm not reading them. I refuse.
Google me.
This is, I'm sorry.
Don't Google it.
What is going on? What are we doing? It just sounds like he tried to this is what it sounds like. I'm not saying this is what happened. That maybe he tried to make some advances and she was not into it or something like that, and so now he had to.
Oh.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
Theory. I think he wanted money. He wanted to take some of that J.P. Morgan dough.
Wow, well, he did
Idiot of the day. Drake May. Here's what Drake May had to say about his discriminated against martyr head coach Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, we're here for Coach. We love Coach. You know, what he does for us, what he's done for us this past year. You can't speak into words, and just, thankfully he's our head coach, and he's doing some stuff off the field and out of the coaching world, but, we're here for him, and I know he's going to come back.
I know he's doing some stuff off the field.
Yeah, he is.
You mean Diana Rossini? They're talking about Mike Vrabel as if he's a Make-A-Wish kid about to die. Yeah, we're cheering for him, man. We're really rooting for him. Yeah, we know it looks bleak right now. Some personal stuff going on. He could die, but we love him. He's just boning Diana Rossini, man. How did he get a standing ovation from season ticket holders, and Drake May is waxing poetic about how they're rooting for their guy? What are we doing here, man?
He's going through some stuff. They're there for him.
He's doing the stuff.
He's doing some personal stuff right now.
I think they said he's dealing
counseling
with some stuff.
he was. Oh, that's even worse. That might be even worse.
It is. That's why. That's like we're here for him. I'm like, wait a minute.
He's dealing with stuff. I don't think that's how.
Heard him and his wife are going to Toadsuck to fix their marriage.
Stop. Toadsuck Days, Conway, Arkansas. Biggest loser, idiot of the day, obituary. They've made an appearance in all of them. The Atlanta Hawks basketball team. History last night as they lost to the New York Knicks, and it wasn't even close. 50-point lead for the Knicks. 51-point win for the Knicks. Halftime, end of the first quarter, it was 40-15. At halftime, it was 83-36. The Knicks on top of the Hawks. That is bad. Brutal night in Atlanta. The Hawks go home. 140-89, the final score. Hawks season is over. Knicks advance. And I guess, based on the last few days, they're the best-looking team in the East, alongside the 76ers. And slowly but surely, the worse the East looked, the more I'm starting to be an idiot for saying the Cavs and Raptors, neither team would be a contender, because now the conference is wide open. When we come back, those were your idiots of the day. When we come back, let's talk to PJ Glasser. Yeah. Because the NBA needs a little more breaking down. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Quarterback Bo Nix had a second surgery on his...
or stay away. Well, I need you, girl, by my side. Oh, little girl with the light, get the right now. I can't get your love, I can't get satisfaction. Oh, little girl, psychotic reaction. Oh, Lexington's a city, but it ain't so big, it freaks me out. And if I need a breather, I can hit the parkway. Be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told.
The broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
She was a deer-eyed child, a rodeo queen, high school lover in a badass Jeep, far from the eyes of a watchful town. Mama didn't need to know. Good corn liquor to shake this cold, good hot loving on a gravel road. Oh yeah. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo?
Pounding a rhythm to the brain.
Good morning. This is the Drake Toll Show on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization, Locked On Big 12, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, with Addie Bates producing and Curtis Poindexter running the board. PJ Glasser, at PJ Glasser 9, host for Game Day Garage, Hoops in 5, joining the Drake Toll Show. And PJ, you mind if I tell you a story to start us off today? Is that okay?
Please do, yeah. What do you got?
All right, PJ. So I'm sitting there last night, and I get a call from the city of Savannah, Georgia. I get a call from my neighbor. It informs me that the city of Savannah, Georgia has left a pamphlet on my doorstep. They've shut off the water at my house. Crazy, I know. No warning. I'm paying bills. My water shut off because apparently I'm delinquent, whatever that means. So I think, you know what, PJ, I'm just going to call the city of Savannah. They'll turn the water back on. Well, they're only open from 9 to 5. So the water's just going to be off for the next 14 hours, and there's nothing that I can do about it in the world. Yet somehow, some way, with no water and no way to get water, the Atlanta Hawks had like a 10 times worse night than I did. I mean, what a complete and utter fall apart. Let's start with the New York Knicks. Are they the best-looking team in the Eastern Conference right now after what happened last night?
First of all, that was really good how you tied that all together. That was professional. I was wondering where the story was going, but that was solid. They did have a terrible night. The Knicks, Drake, definitely look like the team to beat right now in the East. It all started with Game 4 when they were down 2-1 in that series, and their backs were against the wall. They knew they couldn't go back to MSG down 3-1. They showed up. They took care of business in Game 5. And then last night, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that in my entire life. At the end of the first quarter, it was like 44-15. Then it was like 83-36 at halftime. My uncle, it's funny, he's a Knicks fan, and he turned 57 yesterday. And I joked with him at the end of the first quarter that the Knicks might win this game by 57 for you, and they almost did. They won it by 51. So it was kind of incredible. I do think, Drake, the matchup between either Boston or Philly is going to be an interesting one between New York because, the Sixers a couple years ago, that series with the Knicks went back and forth, and it went 6 games. All those games came down to the wire. Boston, this core era has obviously won a title. They've been there. They lost to the Knicks last year, so they're looking forward to the opportunity of potentially playing them again. I think that semifinal series is going to be interesting regardless of who they get, but they're definitely the team to beat right now, and these last 3 games have shown that they are the class of the Eastern Conference.
We've got PJ Glasser on the phone at PJ Glasser9 on Twitter, and PJ keeping it in the NBA. The Timberwolves are in this weird petri dish, seeing how they can grow a playoff victory, a series win, without 3 of their best players, and they're doing it. One of the most banged-up teams in the association still left, and they just knocked off the Nuggets. Does this say more about the strength and depth of the Timberwolves, or does it say more about the fall apart of the Denver Nuggets?
I think it's a little bit of both, Drake. I think it's just this is always such a terrible matchup for Denver. When they were coming off their championship and a lot of people thought they were going to go back-to-back, they lost to this Timberwolves team in 7 games. Tim Connolly, the general manager of the Timberwolves, was the GM of Denver. He was the guy that drafted Jokic and drafted Murray. So when he decided to go and build the Timberwolves, he knew the team that he had to beat in the Western Conference was the team that he built in Denver. So all the corresponding moves that he made, all the draft picks that he made, all the free agent pickups that he made were to beat Denver. That's why they are such a bad matchup for the Nuggets. The Timberwolves are, and you saw that in this series, even without DiVincenzo, even without Anthony Edwards, even without Ayo Dosunmu last night, the T-Wolves were still able to win that game. But there are some big questions for Denver. I would be shocked if their head coach, Rick Adelman's back next season. Definitely feels like they're going to make some moves around Murray and Jokic. But that was a bad loss last night for Denver, and it's a terrible loss in the series, Drake. I mean, they were favored in every game in that series. Anthony Edwards is out for just about most of Game 4, doesn't play in Game 5, Game 6. DiVincenzo is out for just about all of Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6. So, I mean, you had some key players missing for Minnesota, and for Denver not to win that game last night, man, brutal. But, I mean, like you said, it does speak to the depth, the defense, the culture of Minnesota. You hope Edwards can come back against San Antonio because the way that defense is played and, with Minnesota playing with house money in that series, I think there's a chance they could steal a couple games against the Spurs. And, if Edwards plays and he comes back and goes nuclear, I mean, who knows what could happen in that series.
PJ, I think the biggest winners headed back to the East of this playoffs have been the Cavs and the Raptors, whoever comes out of this series. I mentioned 2 weeks ago, I did not believe either team, whoever won this series, that they would be a contender. But the East now seems so jumbled up, and both of these teams are playing an electric series. The winner of this, Cleveland and Toronto, do they have a real chance to make some unexpected noise?
I think they do. I mean, like you said, the past, man, in the East, it's just like it's not great. The Knicks are definitely the team to beat right now, but I don't think it would shock any of us if, they played with their food a little bit, and one of those teams, the Raptors, the Magic, like you said, the Cavs, somebody were able to upset them. Atlanta was up 2-1 against the Knicks, so it's definitely possible. I think the team that I would watch of those teams, to be honest with you, Drake, is actually Orlando, is the team that I like of those. I do like the Magic to win tonight. I think they're going to close it out against Detroit. And then I think they're going to get the winner of Cleveland. I think the Raptors are also going to win tonight. Cleveland's going to win in Game 7. We're going to get Cavs, and we're going to get Magic in the second round. And the Magic, I just think they match up well, man. That series a couple of years ago went to 7 games. And what we have to remember about the Magic, Drake, coming into the season, there was so much uncertainty in the East because Halliburton was hurt for Indy. Tatum was hurt for the Celtics. We thought he was going to be out. Philly, we didn't trust because it was the same old song and dance with, do we trust Embiid? And Paul George wasn't great in his first year. So it was really the Knicks, it was the Cavs, and then it was like Orlando is that third team that we thought of in the East. And even though they were the 8th seed, they're starting to look like that team that people thought they were going to be coming into the season. So as crazy as it is, man, in that top half of the East bracket, I actually think Orlando would be the team that I would watch to make a run if any of those teams are able to do it.
So you've given me Orlando winning this series, which they still have the leg up. How catastrophic is that for this Detroit Pistons team and its young core?
It's obviously not ideal, but you do have to remember that this is one of those seasons for Detroit where nobody expected this. Nobody expected a 1 seed. Nobody expected them to win 62 games. So it's definitely a good learning curve. I think it shows just how different, especially in the NBA, the regular season is to the postseason. It's not like you're going to blow this thing up. It's not like you're going to all of a sudden trade Cade Cunningham, right? But I think losing this potential series to Orlando definitely opens up what you need to work on, what areas you need to improve so you can get better in the playoffs for next year. But definitely, look, even with a loss, it's not an ideal season because you were the 1 seed and you had home court advantage throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs. But I definitely think that you can find some success in this year for Detroit because, Drake, let's remember how bad this franchise has been for nearly a decade. Before these last couple of years, I mean, the Pistons have been one of the worst organizations in the NBA. So the fact that they have their cornerstone in Cade Cunningham, they got the 1 seed, and this series obviously isn't over. I think the Magic are going to win tonight, but even if the Pistons find a way to lose this series, I think they can find some good in the season that they had and learn from this loss to the Magic and try and get better for next year.
PJ Glasser on the Drake Toll Show at PJ Glasser 9 on socials. Let's turn it to hockey on the ice for a second. What has stood and man, PJ, I'm gonna shoot you straight. We've had guests all week that have talked hockey, the nitty gritty, the in depth, the details. I don't need that. I was at the Golden Knights game against the Mammoth, double overtime out here in Vegas the other night. I mean, I've seen plenty of hockey. Give me the biggest surprise, overarching biggest surprise for you in this first round, this set of first round matchups in the NHL.
How many series, Drake, that we've had in the first round that I looked at and I thought there was one team that was just going to win the series based on how much more experience they had on the other and how the unexperienced team has actually won that series has been the shocking thing to me. So, like you look at Flyers, Penguins, right? Crosby, Malkin, Letang, going up against Philly, who hadn't been in the postseason for nearly a decade. And, I mean, they were up 3-0 in that series. They closed it out the other night. That was shocking. How about last night? Anaheim hasn't been in the postseason for nearly a decade. Yeah. They go up against the Oilers with Draisaitl, McDavid, the teams that have been to the Stanley Cup final the last 2 years. They take them out in 6. And then we have another one of those potential games tonight with the Bruins and the Sabres. Buffalo, obviously, the longest drought in professional sports, 14 seasons, going up against the Bruins, who year in and year out are normally in the playoffs. So, Drake, I mean, man, usually in professional sports, experience is such a key word. You look at those kinds of series and you're like, man, the Ducks, the Flyers, the Sabres, these teams have had great years, but playoff hockey, it's just a different animal. You're seeing that with the Pistons, who we just talked about. So I've been so impressed with these teams, the Flyers, the Ducks, and the Sabres, who will try and close it out tonight, who have had great seasons. and have just carried it over to the postseason against these veteran teams that have been through so many wars, know what it takes this time of year, has been really impressive. And it's made for an awesome, awesome Stanley Cup final because now we get all this fresh blood, all these new teams. And I've just been really impressed, Drake, with how they've been able to win these series.
Yeah, PJ, the analogy that I've given is this is as if the Arizona Cardinals somehow have prime Tom Brady, prime Megatron, prime Marshawn Lynch, you name it, the best roster in NFL history, and they play in the Super Bowl versus the Chiefs. The logos still don't match. You still don't think you can trust the Arizona Cardinals against the mighty Kansas City Chiefs. Across hockey, you're seeing the odd logo, the logo you're not used to, toppling those teams, those organizations that have been in contention year in and year out. PJ, thanks so much for being up early with us today. How can folks best support you this weekend as you cover the NBA, NHL, and more?
Yeah, I'll be on Westwood One Sports, Drake, with Chris Mack on Sundays. People can definitely check me out there on BetMGM Game Day. We'll be doing some stuff on Game Day Garage as well for the NBA Draft coming up next month. And like you said, people can follow me on X at PJGlasser9. I appreciate you having me on, man. Good talking to you.
PJ, enjoy the NBA, enjoy the NHL, and the Ponies this weekend. Thanks for coming on. PJ Glasser9, you can follow him on Twitter right now. Addy Bates producing, Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Yeah, look, the logos don't make sense. Hello, Sidney Crosby losing to the Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, the Golden Knights have been deadlocked in a competitive series. The Golden Knights, who have made the postseason 8 of the last 9 years, against the Utah Mammoth, who did not exist 2 years ago. And the culmination of what's been an incredible season for the Sabres. I say culmination because I don't see the Sabres as a genuine. I mean, again, I think I fall into the logo trap. I see the Sabres logo and I'm like, I don't think they're a genuine contender. It's like, but they probably are. You just can't get past the logo. Buffalo is favored tonight in Boston against the Bruins. The Sabres lead the series 3-2 and can end the season for the Boston Bruins. The Montreal Canadiens playing at home can end Tampa Bay's season. Vegas can go to Utah in Salt Lake at the Delta Center and knock off the Mammoth. And then on Saturday in the NHL, the Flyers and the Hurricanes. Game 1 of that series is going to be awesome. And Sunday we could get some spicy Game 7s. And in the NBA, I thought he nailed it. Detroit, catastrophic. If you lose in round, if you're the 1 seed, you lose in round 1 to the 8 seed. It's just the most Detroit sports thing ever. The last 15 years, you've been bad at basketball. And you're finally in a spot to contend, to compete with a young core, with a young star in Cade Cunningham. And if it all blows up in your face, then what was it all for? Oh, and past that, the Orlando Magic might actually be a contender to go to the Western Conference Finals. That's something else, man. And the Knicks are the hottest team in the East, 140-89 over the Hawks last night. Let's talk a bit more about that because I think Atlanta's fall apart. It still does. It says more about the Knicks than it does the Hawks. It bodes really well for the Knicks this postseason. When we come back, we'll give you highlights across the NHL and the NBA of what you may have missed last night. We'll give you the moments of the week from the Drake Toll Show this week as well and preview what's coming up tonight in both the NBA and the NHL because we got Pistons Magic and the winner of that one, if it's the Magic, advances. It's Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. It's Curtis Poindexter. It's Addy Bates. And when we return, let's say goodbye to This Week in Sports. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The draft is behind.
You're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf. So just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this. Straight gangster Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Oh, yo, fat girl, come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, I'm skinny. It never stopped me from getting busy. I'm a freak. I like the girls with the broom. I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still getting in the girls' pants, and I even got my own dance. The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Come on. Do the Humpty Hump. Come on, do the Humpty Hump. Check me out, y'all. Do the Humpty Hump. Just watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah. Do you know what I'm doing? Doing the Humpty Hump. Come on. Do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. People say, yo, Humpty, you're really funny looking. That's alright, cause I get things cooking. You stare, you glare, you constantly try to compare me, but you can't get near me. I'm giving more C, and on the floor B, all the girls, they adore me. Oh yes, ladies, I'm really being sincere, cause in the 69, my Humpty nose will tickle your rear. My nose is big. I'm not ashamed, big like a pickle. I'm still getting paid. I get laid by the ladies, you know I'm in charge. Both how I'm living and my nose is large. I get stupid, I shoot an arrow like Cupid. I'll use a word that don't mean nothing, like Luke did. I sang on Do What You Like, and if you missed it, I'm the one who said just grab them in the biscuits. Also told you that I like to bite. Well, yeah, I guess it's obvious I also like to write. All you had to do was give Humpty a chance, and now I'm gonna do my dance. The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Come on, yeah, sexy lady. Do the Humpty Hump. I'll do the Humpty Hump. Sexy baby. Everybody, come on and do the Humpty Hump. Oh, do you know what we're doing? We're doing the Humpty Hump, y'all. I'll do the Humpty Hump. Watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah, that's the break, y'all. Let me know that bass groove right here. Yeah. Now that I told y'all a little bit about myself, let me tell you a little bit about this dance. It's real easy to do. Check it out. First I limped to the side like my leg was broken, shaking and twitching, kinda like I was smoking. Crazy, whack, funky. People say you look like MC Hammer on crack, Humpty. That's alright, cause my body's in motion. It's supposed to look like a fit or a convulsion. Anyone can play this game. This is my dance, y'all. Humpty Hump's my name. No two people will do it the same. You got it down when you appear to be in pain. Humping, funkin', jumping, dig around, shaking your rump. And when the doodle jump punk points a finger like a stunt, tell him step off. I'm doing the hump. The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Everybody, I do the Humpty Hump. Come on, I do the Humpty Hump. Sexy lady, I do the Humpty Hump. I'm doing the Humpty Hump. When the Humpty Hump, y'all. Watch me do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Black people, I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Come on, white people, I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Just keep on doing the hump. Samoans do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Yeah. Let's get stupid. I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Everybody do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Give me the music. Come on and do the Humpty Hump. Give me the music. Do you know we're doing the Humpty Hump? Yeah. Gonna break it down. Yeah, sexy lady. Once again, the underground is in the house. I'd like to send a shout out to the whole world. Keep on doing the Humpty Dance. And to all the ladies, peace and humpiness forever.
Big Gooner.
Good morning. Oh, wow. The week's almost over. You and I have the next 12 minutes together. Savor it. Cherish it. Drake Toll with you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Addie Bates producing. Curtis Poindexter runs the board on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. That's the thing, man. It's like maybe you're on your way to work right now. You'd be there at 9 o'clock. That's fine. That's fine. You can do it. Yeah, sure. And you think, I would love to continue to listen to the radio. I want to continue to listening to the West. I want to listen to Westwood One Sport. I want to listen to Jim Rome or Bleck and Abdallah. You Better You Bet with Nick Costos. Any number of our shows. You can do it by downloading the Westwood One Sports app. And I think, does everybody have video now? I think every single show at the network has a video component. Is that right? Am I right?
Yeah, every show.
Wow. We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe.
We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The New York Knicks got the Atlanta Hawks last night. Boy, did they get them good. This was a really, really, really bad thing that happened to the Atlanta Hawks. Dead today. The Atlanta Hawks basketball organization. A 140-89 victory. Thank you, Curtis. Correct. The Knicks eliminate the Hawks 4-2, advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals in what was 48 minutes of hell. It was the largest halftime lead in NBA postseason history. The defining moment of the game happened before the third quarter started. The Knicks went into the locker room leading 83-36. If someone went into the locker room leading 53-36, you would think, wow, what a blowout. Add 30 points to that. 83-36 is hard to wrap your brain around. That 47-point differential, largest halftime lead in NBA playoff history, shattered the record of 41. And the Knicks reached the 100-point mark before we had 8 minutes left in the third quarter. 100 points with 20 minutes left to go in this game. Jalen Brunson, he's the headline guy. He's been so good in the East. If the Knicks contend, it's Jalen Brunson. But OG Anunoby, he was the architect. 29 points in 27 minutes of play. And 26 of those points came in the first half. Incredibly efficient, 11 for 14. Great defense, set the tone, and Karl Anthony Towns, a triple-double, 12 points, 11 boards, and 10 assists. Listen to this. One of only 4 players, what you need to know when you go to the water cooler today, you're talking about the Knicks and the Hawks, became one of only 4 players in Knicks history to record a postseason triple-double. And the Knickerbockers shot over 60% through 3 quarters. Ugh. And there was even a fight. There was a fight. With the lead at 50 points in the second quarter, scuffle breaks out. Mitchell Robinson, Dyson Daniels, let's eject both of them. And that fight was the only sign of life from the Hawks. It's like the only thing that we got. And the Knicks, they responded on a 35-6 run after that, and a 51-point margin of victory. That's a new franchise record for the Knicks. The largest win in a playoff game, tied for 6th largest margin of victory in the history of the NBA postseason. And then there's tonight. The Pistons and the Magic. Orlando leading the series 3-2. Detroit favored by 3.5. This game in Orlando. If Paolo Banchero could lead the Magic to just one win tonight, Orlando moves on. And the 8 seed knocks off the 1 seed. The play-in works. The Cavs and the Raptors. I'll say it again. I've said it a billion times on this show. I do not think either of these teams are a genuine contender in the East. But what is swaying me off that take, off that opinion, is the fact that the East looks so mucked up itself right now that either of those teams could make it out. There is no, it's tough to find a true number 1 team in the East. Just when you think it's Boston, nope, Philly goes and wins 2 straight. Just when you think it's the Knicks, well, they were down 2-1 earlier. Just when you think it's the Magic, well, the Pistons snuck up and grabbed one. The last time out, they snuck up and grabbed one. Cavs Raptors, the winner of the series, has a shot. And the Lakers Rockets. The Rockets are hot. They were down 3-0. Now they're 3.5-point favorites against the Lakers. They've won 2 straight. They're playing at home, and they're expected to win against old man LeBron. Austin Reeves coming back did not help the Lakers the way that we thought it would. L.A. lost with Reeves in tow. And now Game 6 is in Houston. Here's your fact or your stat of the day, by the way. The Pistons, the Magic, 3-point spread in favor, 3.5-point spread in favor of Detroit. Cavs, Raptors, 3.5-point spread in favor of Cleveland. Lakers, Rockets, 3.5-point spread in favor of Houston. Every game tonight in the NBA, 3.5-point spread. Hell yeah. It's time for our moments of the week on the Drake Toll Show. It is Friday, so let's recap in the last 5 shows that you've gotten of this program. What exactly you got that was representation of ball knowledge? We were joined this week by Noops Christensen, and we talked at length about the NBA and how teams are trying to figure out the whole tanking thing, and the league is trying to figure out the tanking thing. The teams are, what do we change a lot? How do we change? Here's Noops on how to fix the NBA.
I think it falls into a larger narrative that I realize more and more the more I watch this sport. Someone once said, Drake, that the biggest problem the NBA has is that their fans hate the NBA. And it seems to be overwhelmingly proved again and again. I think the tanking thing is a problem. You don't want teams losing games. But I think what people are really complaining about is there are bad games in the NBA. Of course there are. Even if we fix tanking, the Brooklyn Nets playing the Sacramento Kings is going to be bad. What I will say about the measure that seems like it's going to pass, I'm a little surprised people first time that the NBA is really considering the idea that the teams with the absolute worst records shouldn't have a better chance than everyone else to win the lottery. And for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with what's been suggested, the NBA is basically going to flatten out the lottery odds except for the teams that have the 3 worst records. The teams historically with the 3 worst records have had better odds than everyone else for the number 1 pick. This new system that's been proposed, again, still has to be voted in by the Players Union and the owners, I believe, would actually take those 3 teams and make their record worse. So I'm excited about that. I still don't think it is a perfect measure. I still think you will find teams trying to maybe get into that kind of middle section of the lottery and stay in there, if you will. But for the first time, the owners and the NBA have said, you know what, let's actually make things a little bit tougher if you really are one of the 3 worst teams.
So we're not going to reward you for sucking anymore. Bonk. Instead, in the NBA, if you suck, you might not get a top 3 pick. You might not get the number 1 overall pick. Losing will actually hurt you in the NBA draft. No more tanking. The number 2 moment of the week. Cameron Stewart, the Boston expert, on Alex Cora. Was he to blame after being fired by the Red Sox?
Look, the Red Sox have clearly much deeper-seated issues than Alex Cora, but I don't think Alex Cora is completely blameless here. It all comes down to the ownership and the way Craig Breslow is running it. But that said, Cora has really, for a guy who's supposed to be this great elite manager, there's a couple last-place finishes in there. There's not making the most, I think, out of a roster, even though it's not a World Series roster. There was confusing lineup choices every day. This season, there was confusing bullpen usage from him, both last season and this season. So is he completely blameless? No. But I also do think he is like the 3rd or 4th guy on this blame list here.
The 3rd or 4th guy got fired. Breslow couldn't fire himself, wouldn't fire himself. Cameron Stewart of the Wicked Boston Show on Alex Cora getting Cam. And the number 1 moment of the week comes from our very own Addie Bates, the producer of the Drake Toll Show, who knows ball. Hours before Philly made a change, Addie was on top of it.
This was a shocking move. I did not see this coming. Now, granted, if you look at their win-losses, yeah, it's not pretty. But is that really his fault? He didn't construct that roster. No, Craig Breslow did. Craig Breslow, who said, yeah, it was actually my decision to fire Cora. No, I think you're saving your ass because you should be fired. He should be fired. And there are 3 people on the planet right now who should be terrified for their job safety. That is Rob Thompson of the Philadelphia Phillies, because Dave Dombrowski over there, he and Cora, they're very close, very close. And if you look at the Phillies, not good. Not good at all right now. So if I'm Rob, I'm like, oh, man, I might actually lose my job at some point here. Not actually a good thing to see. And then if I'm Dana Brown and Joe Espada, I am fearing for my life right now. Because if Jim Crane sees what they're doing over in Boston, like, oh, they're going to fire their whole staff, why don't we fire the staff for the Houston Astros who are really bad? They're not performing at a high level. And they're going to say, hey, yeah, this is the GM's fault for roster construction, just like it's Craig Breslow's. But let's do this the right way. Let's get rid of the GM. For Boston, this is a huge mistake. Cora's beloved by players, by other coaches. He's beloved by everybody in the league. He's an elite coach. He's won a championship. And to be fired less than 45 games into the season is insane to me.
Thompson was fired that very day. Good answer. Good answer. Addie Bates warned him, and she nailed it. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to stay out in Las Vegas for a couple days, play a little blackjack, watch a little banana ball, the party animals, the Loco Beach, coconuts. You guys be safe. You be good. Colin Jones, Armin Williams, Bruce Gilbert, Ryan McGuire, all of those at Westwood One Sports who gave me a job. Thanks. I really like this job, actually. Coming up, it is You Better, You Bet. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is The Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.